Today, I invite you to pause for a moment, to step away from the rush, the noise, the constant doing, and reflect on how we can cultivate a life of greater presence and peace. In a world that glorifies busyness, where our attention is pulled in 100 directions at once, there's a quiet rebellion we can choose. The path of simplicity, depth, and intentional living. It's not about grand gestures or dramatic changes, but about small gentle shifts that over time transform the quality of our days. Today I'll share with you 8 quiet habits, simple practices that have helped me reconnect with a deeper sense of calm and presence. These aren't rules, but invitations, ways to listen more closely to what truly nourishes the soul. Let's begin. The first habit is creating space before the day even begins. There was a time when my waking moment was immediately met with the glow of a screen. Emails, news, messages. The world rushed in before I had a chance to settle into myself. I gently changed this. I removed my phone from the bedroom and replaced it with a simple alarm clock. Now when I wake, there's silence. Just the light shifting through the window, the sound of birds, the breath in my body. Some mornings I stay in bed, letting my thoughts drift like clouds. Other times I make coffee slowly, noticing the warmth of the cup, the aroma rising, the quiet rhythm of my movements. This small pause doesn't just change the morning, it changes the whole day. It's a reminder that I am not a machine responding to demands, but a human being allowed to simply be. The second habit is what I call the practice of intentional incompleteness. We live in a culture that equates completion with worth, as if every task left undone is a failure. But what if leaving something for tomorrow isn't procrastination, but wisdom? Now I allow myself to stop, even when a task isn't finished. I leave the dishes in the sink if I'm tired. I let an email wait until morning. I don't rush to finish a book just to mark it off a list. In this space of incompleteness, I find something precious: rest. And from rest, true creativity and clarity emerge. It's an act of kindness toward myself, a recognition that I am a work in progress, and that's enough. The third habit is learning to say no, not just to what we dislike, but to what doesn't serve us, even if it's good. For so long I said yes to everything: events, opportunities, obligations. My calendar filled, but my spirit felt depleted. There was no room to reflect, to integrate, to simply rest. Now, before I say yes, I pause and listen deeply. I ask, does this align with what matters most to me? Do I have the energy to offer this my full presence? Will this bring me closer to the life I wish to live? Saying no is not a rejection of others. It's a reaffirmation of self. It creates space for what truly matters. The fourth habit is single tasking, doing one thing at a time, with presence. We eat with scrolling. We watch a film while answering messages. We talk to someone while planning our next move. And in the end, nothing feels truly lived. What if instead we gave each moment our full presence? To eat without distraction, to watch a sunset without a lens, to listen without formulating a response. Even the simplest act, washing a dish, folding a towel, walking down the street, can become a meditation when done with awareness. In this presence, we rediscover the sacredness of the ordinary. The fifth habit is regular digital detachment, not as punishment, but as a return to ourselves. It doesn't require a long retreat, just small, consistent pauses. The first hour of the day, no screens, just silence and breath. The last hour before sleep, soft light, a book, stillness. One day a week, a gentle Sabbath of presence, away from the constant input. A walk without a phone, just eyes, ears, and the world as it is. At first the silence may feel unsettling, but gradually it reveals itself as a gift. The space to hear your own thoughts, dreams, and whispers of the soul. The sixth habit is simplifying, both what we keep and what we let go. Clutter outside mirrors clutter within. When my space was full of things I didn't need, my mind felt heavy. When I began to release what no longer served me, a quiet lightness emerged. I asked myself gently, does this bring me joy? Does it serve a purpose? Does it reflect who I am now? Simplifying isn't about deprivation. It's about making room for what truly nourishes us. It's an act of respect for both the things we keep and the space we inhabit. The seventh habit is building in stillness, moments of just being without agenda. In a world that measures worth by output, stillness can feel like rebellion. But it's in these quiet pauses that we reconnect with our inner compass. Stillness can look like sitting by a window with a warm drink, lying on the grass and watching clouds, sitting in silence for a few breaths, listening to the sounds of the house, the neighborhood, the wind. From this place of rest, clarity arises. Problems no longer feel overwhelming. Solutions appear, not from frantic effort, but from deep knowing. The eighth habit is depth of a breath. We are tempted by variety, 5 hobbies, 10 books at once, but true fulfillment comes not from sampling, but from diving deep. Years ago I chose to learn a guitar, not the piano, not the ukulele, not singing. I stayed with it through frustration, through slow progress. And over time I felt a deep satisfaction, not because I mastered it, but because I lived it. Depth asks us to slow down, to stay, to go deeper instead of wider. It's a practice of presence, in our work, in our relationships, and our understanding of ourselves. These 8 habits aren't prescriptions. They are invitations. They are not about perfection, but about direction. Not about doing more, but about being more present. A quieter life isn't one with fewer things. It's one with more space. Space to breathe, to feel, to notice the small wonders, to listen to what truly matters. Perhaps one of these practices speaks to you more than the others. I invite you to choose it, just one, and carry it gently this week. Notice how it feels. Notice the subtle shifts in your days, in your mood, in your sense of peace. Thank you for being here, for sharing this quiet moment with me. If any of these ideas resonated with you, I'd love to hear in the comments. What habit feels more meaningful to you? What small change are you inspired to make? If this video brought you a moment of calm, please consider subscribing. I share more reflections on mindful living every week. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, stay free and unique on your journey to your personal true north.